Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing good tonight. I'm going to give you a narrative on a band, and then if you go to my community post, you will see the link there to play the song. I'm not going to tell you the name of the band, so let's see how far I get into the narrative before you figure it out. In 1975, if you walked into a specific basement in Watertown, Massachusetts, you would have found a mountain of wires, cushion-built electronic gadgets, and a lone MIT graduate working in complete isolation. His name was Tom Scholz. By day, he was a senior product design engineer at Polaroid. By night, he spent his life savings building a home studio. For 5 grueling years, Scholz obsessed over a single vision, creating a perfect multi-layered rock sound. He didn't have a band, he didn't have a following. He just had an uncompromising obsession with music. Scholz shopped his homemade demo tapes to every major record label in America. The response? Absolute dead silence. Company after company passed. They didn't think the music was radio ready, and worse, they didn't even believe a real band existed to play it. Finally, Epic Records saw the spark and offered a contract. But there was a massive catch. Strict union rules demanded that the album be recorded in a state-of-the-art professional studio in Los Angeles with an approved producer. For Tom Scholz, that was a nightmare. He knew the sterile, high-pressure environment of a Hollywood studio would completely destroy the specific, meticulously engineered sound he had spent half a decade perfecting. So alongside producer John Boylan, Scholz decided to pull off one of the greatest heists in rock history. They decided to trick the record label. The plan was brilliantly simple. They flew vocalist Brad Delp out to Los Angeles to cut the vocals, giving Epic Records the illusion that the production was moving forward exactly as ordered. Meanwhile, Scholz stayed completely behind in Massachusetts. He locked himself back inside of that dark basement, and he recorded the entire album, note for note, playing almost every single guitar, bass, and keyboard track completely by himself. Epic Records had absolutely no idea their headline signing was being manufactured by one guy next to a hot water heater. When it came time for the lead single, Scholz wanted to capture a very specific, bittersweet emotion. He was heavily inspired by the 1967 classic Walk Away Renee by the Left Bank. Specifically, the way the chords dropped to create an instant feeling of nostalgia. He wrote a story about a man who puts an old song and is instantly transported back to a memory of a girl named Mary Ann. While Scholz later claimed the story was just a universal fantasy, the name wasn't fiction. Mary Ann was his older first cousin on whom he had a massive childhood crush when he was just 8 years old. To bring this emotional landscape to life, he relied on Brad Delp. Delp possessed a staggering, clean 4-octave range. He laid down scaring vocal layers that gave Scholz mechanical perfection that was almost beating like a human heart. The song was, of course, The Song. And if any of you haven't guessed the band yet, you'll know it now, was the song More Than a Feeling. More Than a Feeling released in September of 1976. It exploded onto the airwaves. peaking at number 5 on Billboard Hot 100 hits. The label was ecstatic, but they had a brand new problem. They needed a band to tour. Scholz quickly scrambled to recruit rhythm guitarist, the bassist, and the drummer to put together an official 5 lineup of the band we know today as Boston. Their debut album went on to sell over 17 million copies, defining the arena rock era. It proved that sometimes the biggest, most expensive sounds in music history don't come from million-dollar Hollywood studios. They come from the relentless obsession of a single man with a dream in a basement sitting next to a hot water heater. The music changed rock history forever. But to truly understand the power of that legendary sound, you need to experience it for yourself. So if you head over to my community post, you will find, finally, there will be the magic that we are talking about now. Discover the incredible true story behind Boston's legendary hit, More Than a Feeling. From a hidden basement studio in Massachusetts to one of the largest rock anthems in history, discover how an MIT graduate completely fooled a major record label to create a multi-platinum masterpiece. So you will hear the song when you go over to the community post. Please put your comments in. I would love to hear from you, and I appreciate you listening. And as always, have a great evening. Stay safe. And for now, PI 56 is out.